Good morrow, everybody. My name is Robin, also known as Sunny Side Up Gal, and you are my Sunny Side Up pal. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for showing up. Again, nope, not again, because we just started. If you are new here, hi, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. Consider giving me a subscribe and go ahead and like this channel. Like this video because I know you're going to like the video. Okay? And if you are not new and you're returning, hi. Nope, we're not doing that today. Hi, welcome. Welcome. So today is going to be another ghost and post, except I'm on the camera today, not like last time where I was not on the camera. I just finished filming our New Year's Eve episode. So if you want to check back, in a couple days on New Year's Eve, do that. Let's jump into things. So today we're going to just explore the hashtag fatacceptance. We're going to have a good morning. It's going to be a shorter episode, but I just wanted to give you guys something because mommy was feeling it. Okay. I have to get ready for work in a little bit, but I've got some time. So let's jump right into things. There's not going to be any edits. There is not going to be any edits. So I apologize, but also don't apologize. You're still going to like this. I feel like it. You will like this still. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So again, this is just the hashtag on Instagram, hashtag fatacceptance. We're going to watch a few videos from these creators. See if you can see that. Oops. And we're just going to have fun with it. We're going to have fun. Oh yeah, you can see that. You can see that, right? Yes, there we go. And we're going to judge. We're going to talk some trash because we do not like the fat acceptance movement. It is unhealthy, it spreads misinformation, and it's dangerous.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay, so this is from a creator called Miss Emily Rose 11. No body type is better than another, but people love to highlight only the cons of being fat. The pros deserve attention too. They are numerous. She's glorifying being fat. Yes, I am. So this is clearly somebody who is fat positive, and she likes to glorify obesity. Let's see what she has to say. I don't know if this is a parody yet. I have not seen this.
Why I love being fat. See if I can articulate this because it's thinking it. But
pretty face.
it's a different thing trying to get it out of my mouth. The majority of men are not attracted to fat women. When they're not attracted to you, they don't pretend in front of you. They show their true colors because they don't want you in bed. So why should they try to be anything other than what they are? So this tells me a couple things. One, if you want to know about a dude that you're interested in, find one of your fat friends, make them hang out with the dude, and then have them report back. You'll know their true colors. Because they ain't faking shit.
That feels like a non-pro thing. That feels like a cope, honestly.
In front of your fat friends. I could tell you from so much personal experience. So if you ever like, why does she hate men so much? Because I'm forced to see the real them because I'm fat. This is why I love being fat. It is much easier.
It's a cope.
Easier to be happy in life when the approval of men just blows away with the wind. I've seen too many of them be who they really are. So when they're presentable in front of somebody they're attracted to, it's like, poor thing, if only you were fat, you would see him for who he really is.
It's funny, but I feel like that's such a weird thing to be proud of. I'm so fat that my friends can use me to like discover if this guy is a good person or not, because that's strange. Also, maybe you should lower your standards if like I don't know if that's the right thing to say. I feel like if that's happened with her with every single guy that she's been with, maybe she should like change her change her standards of men. Right?
Yes.
We don't have a lot of context as to who or what these people look like or who they are.
I think being fat might be the key to happiness. Oh man, the skinny pick-me girls are gonna.
We love when fat activists use the whole like, oh my God, these girls are pick me's. These girls are pick me's. Like, you are being the most pick me person right now on the planet. I'm just saying.
Either learn a valuable lesson or hate my guts, and either way, I'm perfectly fine with that. And if you're like, no, but I'll be fat. How can I be happy if I'm fat? When you stop caring what men think, it is amazing.
So literally, that means that all she cares about is what men think. So she's basing her entire health and like her well-being off of the fact that she no longer cares about what men think. Does that make sense? It circles back to like you cared so much about what men think that you decided to stop caring and you let yourself go. Like, if you're going to be in an obese body, guys, you're not going to be happy 100%. I will promise you won't be happy, because not only will you not be happy with like how you look, you won't be happy with like hormonally how you feel, and all that excess body fat and all those extra hormones are going to fuck with your mental health. So, don't take this advice.
How little you will care about the physical appearance of your body.
It's more than just the physical appearance, though. It's like, it's your health and well-being.
I'm not saying that all women who have the body type that men find attractive are pick-me's. Just calm down. I'm saying the ones that fit into that category. If me saying this has just ruffled your feathers, I am talking about you. That's okay. Who cares what I think? I'm just a fat girl. Right? I think I'm going to tell you why I love...
I want to look at her page. Emily Rose, 618,000 followers, 32 years old, kid playing house and stuff. So she's married. I can't tell if that was like her real opinion or not. Probably, yeah, it is actually. I can tell. All right. Well, ew. All right, next one. Do a little bit of a scroll, find a random one. Okay, mostly mindful mama. Of course, I know some people will interpret this differently, but this is my personal experience and feelings about the body positive movement. It kept me fat and depressed. Ooh, okay. If you are overweight and unhappy, please lean into that and change your life. If you are overweight and happy, I'm happy for you. You're beautiful and worth. Okay.
You don't have to be fat and happy. You're allowed to be fat and not want to be fat. I hate so much what the body positivity movement has
We love the energy.
Turned into it. Honestly, it's just so toxic. I was consuming all of this content from body positive content creators. It felt like I was being brainwashed into having to be.
Yes, brainwashed is the perfect word. I feel like the fat acceptance community brainwashes people into feeling guilty for like wanting to improve their lives. Like, we've seen it firsthand, like with Angelica Unfiltered, being canceled basically for leaving the fat acceptance movement. A lot of creators are getting canceled for leaving the fat acceptance movement, and yeah, it's cult-like.
Happy that I was fat. That I had to be happy and content being morbidly obese. I was classified as morbidly obese, which I'm sorry, anyone can say whatever they want, but morbidly obese is not fucking healthy. But then I started to feel like I didn't fit in anywhere because I wasn't thin and healthy. I was in the plus size and obese community, but I didn't feel comfortable being there. I didn't want to be there. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying...
Dude, that was like the same for me. So in 2018, I went from like 20-ish pounds, 200, to like I think the lowest I got was like 190. And then after the pandemic, I shot back up to like 218, 210-ish, 218-ish, that range, I fluctuate like an immense amount. But I was like getting ready. I was like, yes, this is just who I am. Like, if I have to work so hard to be in a smaller body, maybe that's just not my default, right? So I tried to get into like the fat acceptance movement, but the fact is like, even if you eat, like, okay with being in a bigger body, but I was still eating ketogenic because it makes me feel good. Like it feels so much better to not have a glucose spike. It feels better to not have so much blood sugar pumping through your veins all the time and being insulin resistant. Like it feel like that gives you migraines and stuff, right? So, because I was sharing my like ketogenic stuff and I was still like body positive, like I just didn't fit in anywhere. I didn't fit in really with like the ketogram people because I was okay with being fat, and then I didn't fit in with the fat acceptance people because eating a ketogenic lifestyle is fat phobic, and I was just like, "You know what? Just fuck this." Like, I'm going to do what makes me feel good, and what made me feel good was, like, starting to lose weight again and sticking to keto, like, 100% and not eating like an asshole. So
saying skinny or thin equals healthy. That's not what I'm saying. For me personally, I did not feel happy and comfortable in a bigger body. I never did. And I spent years and years and years trying to get to the point where all of these body positivity content creators were at, because they're always preaching self-love, love yourself in a bigger size, you have to love yourself fat, and I never felt like that. I never related to that.
I absolutely agree. Like, even when I was, like, trying so hard to be a part of, like, the fat acceptance movement, I was, like, sharing online, like, how much it was okay to be in a bigger body and yada yada yada, but then like I'd be like crying to Michael about like how fat I was or how unhappy I felt. Still like freaking out about like my numbers, like how like not just like the number on the scale, but just like my blood sugar, my fasting insulin levels, like just I felt like I was trapping myself even further in like a body, first of all, a body that I didn't find beautiful physically, but then also a body that like felt broken medically.
Think that a lot of those content creators that are preaching body positivity, and I
Off subject, she is freaking gorgeous. Shit.
love myself fat, I think those people are miserable, and I think they're really trying to convince themselves that they are happy. That may not be the case for every single one of those creators, but I think a large portion it probably is. This is my personal opinion. So all I'm trying to say is, if you don't feel fat and happy, you are not happy in a bigger body, you are not happy being morbidly obese and severely unhealthy, having pain every single day, feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, that's okay. You don't have to be happy being fat and want to change yourself for the better. Because I think another thing that a lot of these people say is, well, you should have just loved yourself the way that you were. You were beautiful when you were bigger. You should have just loved yourself. I couldn't. I tried. I was more.
Yeah, you can't force yourself, just like you couldn't force yourself to love another person. If you detach yourself from like your body, it's hard for you just to be like, I love this body. You know what I mean? If you don't feel yourself in the body that you live in, like you're uncomfortable in your own skin, you can't just like force yourself to love that body. You have to feel good. You have to feel comfortable and confident.
Morbidly obese for years. I'm still obese. I can't even explain the amount of self-love that I have grown for myself over my weight loss journey. I've never
Agree. So when I was over 200 pounds, I never felt good. I'm still obese. I'm 180-ish, right? I I feel if I am stuck at 180 for the rest of my life, I honestly feel okay with that. I look at myself now and I go, girl, right? I feel like more confident in this body. And maybe it's because I've been like sort of like maintaining slash plateaued at 180 pounds for like the longest time, more than 2 years almost. So mainly maintenance. But I don't know. Like I feel more love for this body than I did ever for a body that I had when I was over 200 pounds.
felt like this about myself before. I'm so proud of myself for finally putting myself first and my health and getting to where I'm at right now. So if you are one of those people that are truly, truly fat and happy, I am happy for you. I'm not judging you. I'm not speaking to.
I agree. So like if you really are happy with the fat body that you're in and you're like healthy, okay, cool. Happy for you. However, do I believe any of these people who are claiming to be fat and healthy and happy? I'm so sorry. I don't. That's a judgment, you know, but I don't believe them. I don't believe them on different levels. So like, do I believe you're happy? I believe you can be, but do I believe you're happy and healthy and all that and all of the above? No. There's no way that you can be over 400 pounds and be healthy. That's not, it's just, no.
You. This video is not for you. This video is for the people that maybe felt the way that I did in my bigger body, not feeling like I belonged in really any community. I'm also not saying you should hate yourself.
Right. Don't hate yourself, right?
Or think that you are worthless because you are in a bigger body. That's not what I'm saying. Don't twist my words. You are still beautiful. You are still deserving of love. Your worth is not dependent on your weight or your size. If you are feeling like you don't want to reside in a bigger body anymore and you want to work on your health and you want to get to a healthier weight, that's okay. Your feelings are valid. You don't have to be fat.
Okay, first of all, I feel like that video was a little too long. But yeah, so she had some amazing points. Okay, scrolly, scrolly, scrolly. Let's look at this. What the hell? Holy shnikes. I have no shame. I have something I'm into that makes me money and makes me happy. I am no longer hiding in the dark. This is who I am. BBW Mandy Magica. Oh my God, girl, you is hurting yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God, and look at all those people just paying her to get even more unhealthy. Okay, so she's got 30,000 views on this video. What the hell, dude? Great progress. I hope that belly gets 400, 500 pounds. Oh my God. This should be illegal. Damn, dude. Like, she's literally, I feel like, Shell Farm, right? Shell Farm. Shell farming. Yikes. Okay. Sorry that if any of y'all saw that. That was wild. I'm scared. We don't like that. Okay, this is Jessica Torres. I've been holding my tongue about this topic for a long time, but a video I recently saw made me analyze why so many fat creators are changing their opinions on fatness. No one hates a fat person more than a former fat person. I feel like this went around before. So let's see. This is from almost 2 years ago.
Trying to figure out how you go from promoting self-acceptance, body positivity, fat activism, to creating content that trolls fat people. I'm trying to find the connection on how that happened. Now, I truly believe that if you want to be on Ozempic, Wegovy, or whatever it is that you want to be on, you should. And sorry, my light died, so I had to put on the big one. Like I was saying, I do believe that if you want to be on Wegovy, Ozempic, you should be on it. It's your right. It's your body. I think a lot of the reason why you're seeing a lot of fat content creators come up and say, hey, I don't want to be fat anymore, or I hate being fat, and I'm going to do everything that I can to be away from that community, is because a lot of you guys didn't really understand what actual body positivity was and what true fat.
Okay, so she's basically gaslighting these people, people who have left the community because they want to be in a healthier body. She's like, well, you didn't really understand what it was supposed to be like. You didn't understand what body positivity really was.
That activism is. I think this comes from the very basic, superficial idea that you're supposed to love your body no matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, when in reality, we were all fighting for equality in body sizes, whether it was in the fashion industry, whether it was in doctor.
So, God, I feel like most of the fat acceptance crew, like, is in this mentality. So when they make their content, most of the time, I'm not saying all of them do, but most of the time when they're making content, it is very surface level It's just appearance wise. I love being in a fat body. I feel better in a fat body. I could never be skinny. Losing weight is fat phobic. It's all like just the fat, just being fat and living in a fat body and being positive about fat bodies. And I rarely hear them say anything about like, well, it's about equality. It's about, it's about equal rights. Very rarely do I hear most of like the especially the smaller level fat activists. I don't hear them bring up anything about like the fat rights or equality until you hear people leaving and then they're like, "Well, you really didn't care about the movement, did you?" Because this isn't a movement about loving fat bodies no matter what. This is a movement about freedom and liberation and making sure that we have equal rights to everybody else and yada yada yada. This is the civil rights movement. It's bananas.
offices, we all wanted to have the same
Okay, whether it was in the fashion industry, whether it was in the doctor's offices, we all wanted to
care.
have.
Fat people know that when you go into an office, no matter what the ailment, no matter what the condition you may be talking about, your weight is always the main reason that
That's not true. See, and this is hyperbolic. Like she's like, it doesn't matter if you go in. They're spreading false information and they're causing a sort of like not like necessarily a panic, but they're causing like if somebody were to watch this who is not um I would say like computer savvy. That's not the right word that I'm looking for, but maybe somebody that wouldn't be able to like somebody that doesn't think for themselves and somebody that doesn't go, let me fact check that and see if that's like a legit statement to say on the internet. So she's saying and when every time that she's telling her audience, every time that you go to the doctor, no matter what your ailment is, they're going to bring up your weight and they're going to talk about your weight over anything, even if you broke your arm, basically, is what she's trying to say, right? And again, if somebody couldn't think for themselves and they saw this, they'd be like, this is absolutely true and it's an outrage and yada, 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 right? And then that's how you recruit more people into the fat acceptance army cult.
you are spoken to or the main problem that needs to be fixed, no matter what you say.
No, not true. No matter what you say. It's very black and white. Like they may bring up your if you're at your primary care doctor, they may bring up your weight even if you came in with a fucking broken finger because they're your care they're supposed to take care of you and like it would be the same as if somebody had mentioned this in my comments, so thank you very much. It would be the same if you went into the doctor's office and you were like under 100 pounds and you were malnourished and they didn't say anything to you, it would be very similar to that. It'd be irresponsible on their part for them to not say anything, right? So,
But being a content creator that has created content specifically for fat people and then turn the flip because you feel like this community was so toxic is one thing. Like for you to think that the community is toxic is fine. Like no community is perfect, obviously. And I think that now creating content that trolls fat people, whether you see it as that or not, is descarada. I don't even know how to say it, how to explain it, but it's just like you have no shame. I repeat, no one cares the reasons of what you do with your body.
it depends on so I'm not sure which creator she's talking about, but it depends on what your idea of like all you do is troll fat people versus calling out fat acceptance rhetoric and calling it for what it is, which is absolute bullshit. Is that considered trolling on your part? Because a lot of the times too, you'll hear someone be like, I was discriminated for being fat. And it's like they've just been like asked to move or like they didn't have an extra fucking seat for your ass. So is it trolling or is it just like calling a spade a spade?
When we were talking about activism, body neutrality, whether it be body positivity or fat activism, what we were all trying
Sorry.
to do is create a sense of equality when it came to laws, when it came to the
See, I've never seen them. I never see them do any like actual real work. Like the only thing that I've seen fat acceptance like do is like cancel people, um, and maybe the extra flight thing where you can get like a free seat, like a reimbursement if you buy another one and you're a fatty. Um, you never see them like you never see them like marching on marching Washington or something like that. You know what I mean?
The option
And you never see them like I'm not sure. I haven't looked at her page, but I'm not sure you've seen her do anything with trying to change laws. Like
that we've received in the fashion industry, and proper care for fat people. But for you, or for those people that you see that are now going against fat people, it was all about being superficially okay with yourself. And I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming anyone. I think it's the lack of knowledge. And as a fat person, I do recommend that you do all the research that you can on what it is to be a fat person, aside from your own personal experience. The politics behind it can be very helpful. And a lot of the women that I see are white women, and to me, it's so obvious the privilege that you carry, that you can make it okay to flip a button one day and just be like, this is it. Now I hate being fat and I hate everyone that's fat. And you may not be saying that out loud, but your actions, your comments, and the comments that you do are saying it for you. And before I go, what I was just trying to say, but I'm not sure if I did say it correctly, please don't tag anyone who you think this video is about. I originally was going to stitch someone who created content recently trolling fat people and them being a fat person. But then I decided that I don't want to create negativity, but start a good conversation and talk about why is it that even if for you personally you need to lose weight for whatever reason it is, because I again don't care, that's something that is with you and your doctor, no one else, but why do you have to attack a community that you made so much money off of and created a platform off of? But just keep that in mind, and I hope that those people who are still trying to find some peace.
I'm so sorry, you guys, but I feel like these are reels and they're way too long. Like, I'm not sure I'm gonna finish this, but I do want to read this comment. Shitting on a marginalized community is never a good look. First of all, a marginalized community, I feel like there are more fat people than skinny people, so I'm good. Let's see here. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. Okay. All right. So this is a creator called V Soul Smith. In this week's Burnt Toast, a straight size reader wants to know, what if I just don't want to be fat? But nobody just doesn't want to be fat. This is not a quirky idiosyncrasy. Like, I don't like peas or I prefer to sleep in socks. We don't want to be fat because we live in a fat phobic society that tells us from toddlerhood on that fat is the worst thing you can be. That's that is a hyperbole. Hyperbole? Hyperbole. Hyperbole. God, can you guys tell that I've been up since 2 o'clock? Okay. That would be preferable. Oh, wait, what? I know how to read, okay? From toddlerhood on, that fat is the worst thing that you can be, that it would be preferable to be an alcoholic or give up a year of your life. Who's telling a toddler that? No, I don't think that anybody would prefer to be an alcoholic than be fat, right? That thinness is worth achieving even if you have to stop eating altogether. We're all taught incorrectly that every health condition is caused by fatness and that we don't deserve health care unless God, I feel like this was posted on my birthday in 2022. So my birthday's March 23rd, by the way. But doesn't this feel like it feels like old school propaganda? Like it feels like because these are all like outrageous statements that she's like spitting out. Like they tell us that we'd rather be alcoholics than be fat. That thinness is worth achieving, even if you can't eat at all. Like the just like the crazy, super extreme statements feels like she's trying to sell a movement. Like she's trying to convince people to join a movement or a cult.
Nobody just doesn't want to be fat. This is not
Again, quirky glasses.
a quirky idiosyncrasy. Like, I just don't like peas.
Okay, so she's just reading the same thing. But all right, so your preference for a slimmer body did not develop in a vacuum. This is a preference rooted in anti-fat bias as well as in anti-black racism. And you can't untangle your experience of your thinner body as feeling and looking better from these biases. So again, they're bringing up the anti-fat blackness, anti-black racism, saying that being anti-fat is also being racist, which I think is absolutely banana bonkers because that feels racist in itself. That's like saying that all black people are fatter than white people, right? Okay. So at the age of 31, I realized that I will always be fat. I knew from then I wanted to thrive rather than purely survive. I couldn't carry on dieting with and not embracing my body. It's hard to know. I've been there. I know I now eat the cake or salad with no shame. Okay.
Of positivity, the possibility of
All right, we're not going to play the song. It takes a while to get to a place where you realize that dieting isn't something you enjoy or actually feel good, but also doing nothing about how you look can feel odd, but really hard because we have focused on our bodies for so long. I promise that you can thrive in a large body. You can even like or even love your large body. I know you can't even imagine it now. Stopping dieting doesn't mean that you are letting yourself go. It means that you're on the way to being the expert of your own body on your way to reclaiming your body as your own. This comes with a huge amount of grief and sadness at the same time to work through. I've been there. I know what it's like. I'm here to hold space. I see you. I'm holding space. So she's normalizing giving up, and we don't like that. Don't give up, you guys. Ugh, that just seems like degenerate behavior. Okay, allyship is amazing. We need all the voices we can supporting fat liberation allies. Please be sure you are amplifying and not harming by respecting fat spaces, directing others to hear advocacy and support the efforts of fat people, uplift our messages, don't speak for or over us, supporting fat people when it's difficult and inconvenient, unpacking your sizeism. Okay, so clearly this is somebody in the fat activist movement who is still unhappy even when people are standing up for them. Let's see here.
It is borderline radical and, at the very least, an embodied political statement to be fat, chubby, plus-sized.
Really awesome seeing the message of fat liberation coming from not just fat people's voices. That's something that I know that I and other advocates talk about a lot, is that it is only fat people trying to get fat liberation concepts out there that, hey, it's okay to just be in your body. And I think it's really cool to see fat liberation get some traction. Not just body positivity, but fat liberation get some traction, especially in today's like 2000s-esque vibe era. But it's also so frustrating because fat people have been saying this, and fat people have been talking about it, and we just don't get the views and don't get the reach.
Because nobody can take you guys seriously. Because what you're saying, just like I don't think anybody's going to take this person seriously, the thinner gal, because what you're saying is banana bonkers. It has there's no it goes against nature. It goes against science to believe that it's okay to be in a fat body and you can be healthy in a fat body, and that this is some kind of a political statement when it's just like, no, you just are existing in a fat body because you like to eat and you don't want to give up eating. That's how I feel. I know that's not like that for everybody. Like clearly everybody, some people have hormonal issues and yada yada yada, but I'm definitely over the like being okay with giving up, because it feels like you're giving up on life and it's a slow decline. Like, and it feels gross and icky. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. It feels gross. Not that I'm disgusted by fat people, but it feels gross that people are okay with like, it feels like give up culture. Like, just give up, stop caring, it feels gross to me. It feels like we're watching people just like, just exist to die. Does that make sense? It's sad.
and to be out here every day talking about fat liberation, doing work for fat liberation, and seeing someone in a thin body go absolutely viral for saying the same message. And I'm not, again, I'm not complaining, I'm not attacking. It's amazing to see people amplifying our messages, and it's what we have been asking for from allies. It is really frustrating as a fat person that I am not afforded that same opportunity in the algorithm, because a lot of people don't know, but fat people are targeted for indecency, because, I mean, right now I'm wearing a tank top, I'm absolutely covered. But I could still be flagged, and my content will probably be under review, because all of my videos are, for excessive skin showing, because fat people have more skin surface area, and wearing the same thing as a thin person, no one would blink an eye at. Algorithms flag our content. Messages like this often don't.
That makes sense. Honestly, yes, they are right. I feel like a lot of the times, but I feel like also maybe it's like not just the algorithm, like as a human, like I see, like I'll see like I'll take a skinny person in a spaghetti shop like that. If she were to back up and like you could see everything, I feel like because it's curves, maybe that's another thing too. It curves and sexuality kind of like go together. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
Get picked up from fat people, from marginalized fat people, from fat people who have intersecting identities, conditions, or disabilities. People want body positivity, they don't want fat liberation, and there is a very large difference between the two. And we're denied talking about this because we're complainers or we chose this, and that is not the case. And asking for better treatment and bringing awareness to things that hurt and affect you, and seeing the world culturally shift to hate you even more because the fat phobia has not stopped ever. It's not selfish, and it's not entitled, and it is revolutionary, and it's unfortunate that it is so politically charged to just exist in your body. Anyway, moral of this story rant video, I love seeing people champion fat rights and fat liberation. It is really important. But also, anytime you see
I don't see when they point out like fat rights and stuff like that, it just kind of bothers me and irks me a ton, because I'm like, you haven't lost any rights that weren't already the only rights that you've lost are the rights that you've taken away from yourself, basically. Like, again, there are people who have, not a lot of say in their size, due to like specific medications. Like if you're on steroids, you're going to gain a shit ton. If you have like hormonal issues, there's reasons for some people to be fat, but the most popular reason why somebody is living in a way larger body is they just eat too much and they don't move enough. The rights that you claim that you don't have or that you've lost are rights that you've taken away from yourself by eating too much. That's all I'm going to say on that. All right, one more. Una más, una más, una más. Okay, I'm fat and I'm Asian. Same, half. This fat body ran 13 miles. Often when I'm in Asia, I get critiqued about my body size. They look at me and make a quick judgment that I'm fatter, especially when being very thin is prized in Asian beauty standards. But what they don't see is behind the appearance, what my fat body can do, whether it is dancing full K-pop song group performance or running, or what my brain, also my body, has done, like working towards my MBA or getting promoted at work. Let them think what they think, and let me help you see you're more than your body, than their body shaming words. Okay. So she's 5'2" and 175 pounds.
I'm a fat Asian. Of course my family's gonna call me fat, but they don't know.
So a lot of you may be watching this and being like, she's not fat, but as as she said, Asian culture, this is fat. And 5'2", 175, I think that's considered obese still.
My body can run a half marathon. I'm a fat Asian. I like being active and strong, even though my Asian culture calls me fat for it. I'm a fat Asian. Let me be your example to not let Asian body shaming get to you.
I kind of love her. I think because I have American eyes, so I can clearly see that she lives in a Western country, right? I can guess that. She's mid-sized. She's not like super fat. She's not like a super duper fat activist. Let's see what she's at now. Vicky Lee. Midsize Asian queen. And we love a midsize, right? I like midsize. Yeah, maybe she doesn't belong in this video, but it's okay to show different bodies, right? Okay, last one. Okay, fat is not a synonym for ugly. I am fat and beautiful. I agree, right? Fat doesn't automatically make you ugly. I mean, we saw some pretty fat people in this video.
Objectively, I look fat in this, I look fat in this, and I look fat in this. And also, I look good, I look happy, and I look like myself. That is not a synonym for ugly. Objectively, I look...
Okay, good video. Honestly, good good positive energy to pass around the internet. Like, I'm definitely a believer that if you're fat, you don't have to look, if you're fat, that doesn't mean you're ugly. And then also, she knows how to dress her body.
I look fat in this.
I'm really big on people who know how to dress.
I look fat in this, and I look fat in this.
I mean, I don't like this. And it's not that I don't like this because we can see her midriff. I just think that this part is like hanging a little too low. Like, I would like to see a little less midriff maybe, but also the way that this like swings down. Maybe let it go straight across. I don't know. I don't like the way.
And also, I look good, I look happy, and I look like myself. That is...
Yeah, she looks like, she dresses okay. Is she fat? Yes, but, she's confident. She's living, she's existing. And I don't really like to judge people who just exist. I really just like to judge people who really are trying to glorify and justify obesity as like a totally okay, 100% not anything wrong with being obese, right? We don't like that. Okay, so again, this was just a little shorty, a little something to kind of keep, I just want to make sure that I'm posting regularly for everybody and everybody's happy, including myself, because I have a lot of fun doing this. Also, I had plenty of time to film an extra video today. I filmed my New Year's Eve episode. So I was like, hey, I already have everything set up. Let's film another episode. I'm going to do a quick edit and then I'm going to post it, but it's not going to have a lot of edits on it. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you're new, please subscribe and like this. If you liked it, I feel like you did like it. So you should like this. And again, if you are coming back and watching me every time I post, I really appreciate you guys. You're really helping me out. I didn't think ever that I would do YouTube, and I feel like this is a new chapter in my life. So I'm super excited to be here, and I hope that I can be here for y'all in the long run. And yeah, if this is your first time watching me, I highly suggest you go watch some of my other videos because I do kind of like fun edits and stuff like that. I didn't do that for this one though. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. It's Monday. It's 6:30 and mommy has to get ready for work because I have to pay bills. I've got to feed you. Okay? Bye.
I'm standing on the rooftop, shout it out. Baby, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. On the rooftop, shout it out. So shout it out.